Hey guys, this is Ice, and I'm going to be casting a Zerg versus Protoss. This is a MLG map. I can't remember the exact name of it. I think it's just the MLG version of one of the normal maps from the map pool. But anyhow, this is the blue Zerg is Idra, Idra, EG for Evil Geniuses, Root Kiwikaki, and they are both very good players. Idra is one of my favorite Zerg players, and my main race is Zerg, so we'll see what happens here. But just to talk a little bit before the game actually kicks into action. My channel, I had some serious rendering issues and sound issues, especially sound issues, you know, with mic and gain volume and stuff like that. So I didn't really have a great start. But if you see this video, you can just subscribe and just to see what the next video I put out is. Like just subscribe for the next video, and if you don't like it, then just unsubscribe. But you should just check out like what I'm doing, like now that I'm actually finding out what render settings to use and mic volume and stuff like that. So anyhow, Kiwikaki's probe is just coming in here. He's scouting, seeing what's going on. No early pool, so he knows that there's going to be no Zerg cheese, as no one likes to see. And Idra's Overlord just coming in here. Although nothing unusual, I'm just going to notice the center wall off with a gateway, and the probe down here probably waiting to block the inevitable hatchery. The spawning pool will go up first, as they have spawned in close positions and the map is not a very big map. So spawning pool coming down here, and Idra going to be looking to expand pretty close and pulling two drones. He probably knows there's going to be a probe there, and two drones is a bit easier to deflect the probe long enough to get one of the probes to build that. One of the drones to build a hatchery. You can see here just trying to get it away and then bring one back. And the probe throws on the pylon just before it dies. So an extract coming up here, as Idra knows that he's not going to be adding an expansion there until he has a couple of Zerglings to deal with that. And you can see forcing a set of Zerglings, although they would have probably come anyway just for scouting purposes, because as soon as this when score finishes, a Stalker will come up and that will be able to kill the Overlord, so he's not going to be able to hang in there for long. And another one come in, noticing, just another gas coming up. I was about to say he only went for one gas, but two gases for Root Kiwikaki, one for Idra, as Zerg do not really need it that early in the game. And the hatchery just going up after the Zerglings kill off the pylon, sorry. Same score, just finishing up here, the second gas, and we're going to see what both players are going to do. So a relatively late hatchery for Idra, and he likes to be a macro player, so keep that in mind. We'll see how that is affecting his gameplay now. Although these pylon blocks are not, well, they're actually kind of common actually in these high level games. The pro block though definitely is very common. And this drone here using the mineral path, basically what that is, if you click the minerals, the drone can pass through the zealot here, which is holding position, and the drone's going to get through and see what kind of buildings are going on in here, but nothing out of the ordinary. There's sentry coming out, and those can easily force field off the ramp, and that sentry is going to take out that drone, and I think although the sentries are pretty slow, if he can just intercept it here, and there we go. And four Zerglings just waiting out here. I run back up the ramp eventually to see what tech the opponent is going, and it's just going to be gateway units, at least for now. The hatchery just finishing, the queen coming down here preemptively, going to spawn some larvae, I assume. And these units here just chasing the Zerglings away, and putting a pylon at the foot of the ramp. That usually indicates a nexus will go up. There we go, there's the nexus. Hatchery, so obviously just now getting saturated. A couple more Zerglings on the way. We'll see if he's going to do anything more than just scout. Although two sentries here, I don't think he's going to get up the main ramp, as sentries will force field that rather easily. Very small ramp on this map. And the warp gate technology just finishing, so all three warp gates are going to be up. And this is the typical build actually, the pylon at the foot of the gate, the foot of the ramp, and 3 gate into nexus, and a lot of sentries here. Usually I would say sentries uncommon to have in such a number, but when you are expanding this early, I've seen a pretty large number of players go for this amount of sentries, just because they needed those defensive force fields to block off any early attacks. And you can see Idra here going for a gold expansion because, you know, Zerg always need to be one base ahead of either Protoss or Terran, and just that extra boost here from the gold. So if he can get that and hold on to that, he'll be in pretty good shape. And we'll see now if Idra or Kiwikaki decides to engage, although I don't think Kiwikaki will, as he's now getting his Nexus up, maybe in a little bit. We'll see what happens, and Idra's just running in here, so he definitely knows what unit composition Kiwikaki has. And the Zerglings coming a nice round, just flipping through the force fields after distracting the Zerglings in the back. And some roaches, I didn't even notice them come up. I'm going to be taking off the probes in the back, and the Zerglings, wow, running just right through there. That was a very good play on Idra's part. You can see he distracted with the Zerglings over here, then surrounded with more just after the force fields came up, and then brought in the roaches to take off the probes. And then more units streaming in for Idra continuously. And it looks like, unless Kiwikaki can come up with one last warp in, it's going to be GG. And I don't see him coming back from this. There's the GG. So, Idra was looking to expand. You can see though, Kiwikaki, as he was getting the saturation up, that would have been devastating for Idra. Oh, sorry, Idra. I've been saying Idra this whole game. It's actually pronounced Idra. But if this had been fully saturated, Kiwikaki would have been in a nice position. But you see, he brought the Zerglings. What am I talking about? Brought the Zerglings around here and distracted the entire forest, and more streamed in. So it was a very amazing play. And this is going to be one cast. I'm going to do another tonight. So we'll look for, if you want to subscribe, see what I'm doing. Look for 2 uploads tomorrow. I'll probably do some more tomorrow as well. So